over is going to be your defensive shooting versus your marksmanship shooting. Okay, marksmanship shooting is going to be you're on the range. It's going to be a very low stress environment. You're going to be there and you're just going to be simply, we're going to use this area as our safe backdrop. And you're just simply going to be aiming in. You're going to be taking those nice, slow, steady squeezing of the trigger, those nice, slow shots over and over. You're going to be able to reload as needed. It's not going to be an issue. When you get into a defensive shooting situation, defensive shooting is going to happen very, very quickly. It's going to be 3 to 5 rounds in 3 to 5 seconds within 3 to 5 yards. So a lot of this is going to happen very quickly. The person is going to be right up on you. The aggressor is. I hope that this never happens to you, but if it does, they're going to be close to you. It's going to happen very quickly. And the 3 to 5 rounds, you're not going to empty your magazine. This isn't going to be a John Wick movie or a John Rambo, something like that, where you're just shooting, reload, slam in another magazine and go again. Once you pull that gun, the attacker is going to have that decision to make. Is whatever he's going after or she's going after, is it worth their life? And then if you do have to pull that trigger, okay, it is serious now. Either they are still coming at you, they're running away, or they're on the ground. Those are the only scenarios that you have with this. Now, you always win 100% of the fights that you never engage in. So I would recommend, if you're able to, go ahead and get out of there. Just run, find a better way to get to your vehicle, to get to the building, get to your house, whatever it might be, and be able to just leave that situation. But if not, be prepared for that very quick, very violent encounter that you're going to have. So again, the rule of 3 to 5. 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 5 rounds, 3 to 5 yards. So again, you're on the range and you're shooting your nice, slow, steady shots. Again, we're using this direction as our safe backdrop. We're going to be taking those nice, slow, steady shots like this. We're reloading as we need. When it becomes a self-defense situation, a defensive shooting situation, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be moving. You're going to be over here. You're going to be over here. You might be down, you might be up. It'll be all over the place. So your standard training on the range, while it's great to get you comfortable with your pistol, get you comfortable shooting, is not going to translate into a situation like that. So one of the big things that I see all shooters make, the two big issues that they have are the conscious control of speed and then negative imprints. So negative imprints we can get to in a little bit. That's making sure when you're on the range and something happens, you throw a shot, you fumble a reload, whatever the case may be, you're not sitting there and you're not telling yourself, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. I can't believe that I did that. I can't believe I screwed up. Instead, you're looking at that going, okay, I messed up on that reload. How do I need to fix that? Okay, well, my magazines were in wrong. Something happened when I came up for the reload and I didn't quite get it in correctly. How can I fix that? What are some ways that I can adjust that? If you drop a shot, same thing. You're up there and you're shooting. Maybe you anticipate the shot and you do one of these numbers. Maybe you just jerk the trigger and your pistol goes down, the end of your pistol goes down, and that throws your shot off. So instead of going up and going, oh man, I really botched that one, you're going to come up and go, okay, what did I do wrong? Oh, okay, I anticipated a shot. So what do I need to do? I need to make sure that it's got a slow, steady squeeze. I let that shot surprise me, okay? So that is negative imprints, making sure that you're not giving yourself that negative imprint on your brain. The next one is your conscious control of speed. If you have trained, if you have done the dry fires, if you put in the reps, if you put in the time, if you have trained as you move through the course, if you're on a range that you're able to move around, you are creating those neural pathways where your conscious brain that has learned it has now transmitted it over to your subconscious brain. So have you seen those movies where the woman is being chased by the killer and he's coming up after her and he's got his knife or his gun or just him running, and she's at the lock at her front door and she's fumbling, she can't get the keys in, she drops the keys, she runs down, picks them up, tries again, she can't do it. She's done this a million times, but because this guy is coming after her now, she is trying to force her body to move faster. And her conscious brain and her subconscious brain are now fighting each other for which one is going to be able to accomplish the task. So if she had just said, hey, I've got an issue happening behind me, this guy's coming after me, here he comes, I'm going to grab my keys, slide it into the lock, turn the lock, in the door, lock the door, and now she's safe. Instead, she's going, oh my gosh, I got to hurry, I got to be faster. It's the exact same thing when you're shooting. So if you have gone through the reps and you know that you can come out of your holster, you can get on target, you can take your shot, you can do the things that need to be done, then in a stressful situation like that, your higher brain, your conscious brain will just simply check out. It'll let your subconscious brain come in and go, I've done thousands of these on the range. I've done thousands of these reps. I know exactly what I need to do. And so I'm going to come up, I'm going to punch out correctly, and I'm going to slow, steady squeeze on the trigger. I'm going to make sure that I get my picture sight alignment as best as possible. If you've been training for high stress situations, you're going to know a lot of times it's going to be point shooting. We'll get into point shooting here in a few minutes. But that's what you want to make sure. When you are in a situation like that, you want to make sure that you are able to have the reps in, to have the practice in, so that you can go ahead and you can let your conscious brain check out, because you are so confident in your skills and your abilities that you are able to now be able to get your pistol up, get the rounds on target, and be safe and go home at the end of the night. When you are practicing, you need to always pick the easiest way, the simplest method to be able to do this. You do not need to watch all these videos online and say, oh my goodness, he did this, she did this, this is how they did it, this is how they moved. If it is difficult for you to be able to do that, find the easiest way that you can do that and still be able to hit your targets effectively, still be able to move effectively in a situation like this, and still be able to put rounds effectively on target. That's the name of the game. It's not about mimicking these influencers that are out there online and trying to do these things. It's about actually being able to take the skills and abilities that you have learned on the range, that you've learned at classes like this or other classes that you may go to, and be able to incorporate those into your life and into a situation like a defensive situation. So you always want to choose the simplest method of doing things. No shoulder rolls, no back flips, no matrix, whoa, we're going to be bending way back here. None of that stuff. Okay, we're just going to make sure we're doing this the simplest way possible. And then our goal is consistency. We want to train the same way every single time. So train like you fight, right? Everybody's heard that term. We want to make sure that we train that way every single time. So if you're planning on doing a lot of walking and you're walking around a city, you're walking around, wherever it might be, train for a situation like that. Go to a range that you can actually be moving on and just walk around and tell yourself in your brain, okay, in 3, 2, 1, targets. You move, you turn, you do what you need to do, get your pistol up and get ready to go. If you're doing a lot of driving, same thing. Obviously, don't be shooting in your car. Nobody wants to have to replace a window every time they go to the range, but just be prepared. I would say get yourself one of these awesome training pistols. You can dry fire. You can get a regular pistol. Make sure there's no ammunition in it. And then when you're parked in a safe location, you can just pretend I'm sitting here, I'm driving along. All of a sudden, 3, 2, 1, something happens. I got to get to my pistol wherever it may be on my body or in my vehicle. I have to be able to come up and put it on target wherever it is. Do that, get used to that. And that again is creating those positive neural pathways so that if you are ever in a situation like that, you can be positive in your skills, in your abilities, that you're able to effectively defend yourself and your loved ones. Yes, ma'am.
What if my gun is in my purse?
Great question. What if your gun is in your purse is what she asked. So that again is going to be another way that you want to practice. So if you've got it in your purse, you've got it in a fanny pack, you've got it on your belt, wherever it may be, even down on your ankle, you're going to want to practice getting that pistol out of the holster, wherever it may be. Again, purse, fanny pack, glove box, center console, wherever it might be. Practice getting that pistol out, getting it on target, and then putting it back again, because that's one of the big things. If you pull your pistol and you don't ever have to shoot it, and then you go to put it back, but you can't get it back and you're fumbling with it, you run the risk of, one, you bump the trigger and the pistol goes off, you can't get it in, and so you just get frustrated and you end up throwing it into your purse or into your fanny pack or whatever, and you don't actually put it away correctly. So just making sure that you're going through these reps, and again, these can all be done in your home, in your living room. Just make sure your pistol doesn't have any ammunition in it. Go ahead and take the magazine, the ammunition out, set it off to the side, make sure your pistol is clear. Go ahead and put it in there. And then again, you're walking along to your car. You just got finished shopping, whatever it is. You're walking out to your car, and in 3, 2, 1, something happens. The attack happens. You have to get to your purse. You have to get your pistol out and have to be able to get on target in order to be able to be effective in this. So if you carry it in your purse, if you carry it in a fanny pack, even on your body, make sure that you are able to Get your shirt up and be able to get your pistol that's there. Get into your purse, whether it's a zipper or a Velcro or just an open pocket, which I do not recommend. But if it's something like that, make sure you can get your pistol out and be able to be effective on target. Does that answer your question? Perfect. Okay. Train the way you fight. We've already talked about this a little bit. Police dash cams, FBI statistics and studies have shown that automated responses take over. Again, that's your subconscious brain taking over. All right. So people do things and they don't even remember doing it. If you talk to combat veterans, a lot of times they'll say, we were in a firefight for 2 hours, 2 days, whatever it might be, and I don't remember the radio calls that we did. I don't remember the shots that we fired. Now eventually some of that stuff starts coming back, but there's still a lot that doesn't. It's simply because they are so well trained, they know exactly what they need to do, and their conscious brain checked out. It was just like, I'm done, you got this. The subconscious stepped up and went in and did what needed to be done. Same thing for us as defenders, as protectors. We want to make sure that our subconscious is ready to go, that if that ever happens, our conscious can check out. We're not having to fight ourselves over speed. We are confident in our abilities and we're able to keep going. So again, like I said, police dash cam videos have shown this time and time again. FBI statistics and studies have shown this time and time again, that those people who are trained, not are trained, but have trained and have trained in the way that they're going to fight are much more likely to succeed and to mimic those same things that they did on the range in an actual event than those who just simply stood on the range and fired 1, 2, 3, 4, reload 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're done. So we always want to make sure that we train the way we fight. If you have a range that you can go to that allows for movement, allows for coming out of the holster, by all means do that. If you are at a range that does not allow that, ask them if there's a time that you can come in and do something like that. They might have slow times, but hey, first thing in the morning when we first get here, if you can be here for the first 30 minutes, nobody's ever here, we'll let you use the range and you guys can train the way you want. Or find a class that does something like this and you can come out and train. You can also use a dry fire pistol. Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me of that. So you can use a trainer pistol like this. There's nothing outside of an act of God. There's not going to be any way that it can fire. You can take your actual pistol that you use, again, remove the magazine, remove the ammunition, and be able to use that in your own house. You can pop corners with it, which is popping corners is just simply you go around a corner. You can practice shooting from the ground. You can practice shooting standing. You can go, if you've got stairs in your house, you can go up the stairs and practice shooting down the stairs, practice walking down the stairs with your pistol, practice walking up the stairs with your pistol. So if you do dry fire, that is by far the most cost effective and the most cost effective for your mental ability training for the pistol that you can, or the rifle or whatever you use, that you can absolutely use. So make sure that you are incorporating that as much as possible.
Do you offer home defense training in-home?
Yes. So her question is, do I offer home defense training in the house? Yes, I do. That would be a different additional class. Go ahead and meet with me after this class, and we'll talk about it and get you on the schedule to be able to move forward with that. Then we're going to talk about speed and precision. So again, we've already talked about the conscious control of speed and how we don't want to try to override ourselves with that, but we want to be able to take that pistol. We want to be able to aim in as best as we can, as quickly as we can. There's a couple of different ways that you're going to utilize your sights when you are talking at a short distance, like a defensive situation where it is 3 to 5 feet, 3 to 5 rounds. 3 to 5 yards, 3 to 5 rounds, 3 to 5 seconds. Your sights, while they are important, are not going to be quite as vital as farther out. So your marksmanship is when you are standing there on the range and you're taking those nice, slow, steady shots. Big breath all the way out, slow, steady squeeze of the trigger, and bang, we're going to go ahead and let that shot go off. So that's your marksmanship, that's your precision. Your speed comes into if you are doing competition shooting or marksmanship, or not marksmanship, competition shooting or self-defense situations. You're going to want